Is he toxic or am I just overthinking? If you have ever asked yourself this question, this video is for you. One of the main reasons why you keep attracting toxic men is because you don't see the toxicity. You're trying to excuse their behavior, you're being very empathic, you're maybe even blaming yourself because you don't know what's toxic and what's not. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michaela and everything on my channel is about upgrading yourself, your life, and becoming the most confident, most beautiful and most successful woman in your life. After today's video, you will know exactly which behavior in men is toxic and you should never tolerate, so you stop wasting your time and energy on the wrong ones. Let's get into this. Beforehand, I want to make clear that yes, there are men who are generous, who are provider, who find their fulfillment and their happiness in making you happy. There are men who won't push your boundaries, who are kind, who tick all the boxes. And only once you stop entertaining the wrong ones, only once you say no to the toxic ones, that's when the good men can come into your life. Now I want you to listen very closely to all the 7 signs that show you exactly if a man is toxic or not. And once you notice a man is toxic, please do yourself a favor and remove yourself immediately from that situation. Because I can guarantee you, if you won't do that, it will only get worse and you will waste your time. You will waste months and years of your beautiful life with a man who is simply draining you. The first point I want to get into is money. There are so many signs around money that he is toxic, and this has nothing to do with how much money he actually has or makes, okay? Money is mindset, and if a man is not able to manage his money, if he is spending irresponsibly and is then not able to pay his own bills, invite you on a date, or simply manage his own life, you know he is spending irresponsibly. And I want you to ask yourself, how can a man that cannot manage money manage a relationship or a family? Exactly, he can't. If he cannot manage his own income and bills, he will definitely not be able to manage the income and bills of a whole family. And this goes even further, he will probably also not be able to manage the relationship in general. If he is irresponsible with money, he will be irresponsible in other aspects in his life, okay? Another way men can be toxic with money is when they use money to control you. Many men that have money, they use it to control you, and that's not normal, okay? A generous provider man is not using money to control you. He is not giving you just enough so you will be dependent on him. If he has enough resources, he wants you to be free. He gives you the resources so you are free and you can decide over and over again if you truly want to stay with him or not. And normally, a woman that is well taken care of, a woman that is with a healthy man that can manage emotions, money, that is able to provide a nice lifestyle. No woman will leave from that kind of man, okay? And he knows that. A man that is using money to keep you small and dependent on him is operating from his ego. He is a weak man. He thinks that only his money can keep you with him. He knows that he has nothing else to offer apart from his money, and that's why he's using it. Signs that he's using it is, for example, in the beginning he spends a lot on you. He gives you a lot of money. He sends you money. He buys you bags and so on. And then slowly it's wearing off. But he will promise you next month you will get more. Next month I will buy you this. If you tell him that you don't have any money left and you need to pay your rent, if he's using money to control you, he will be saying, okay, I will give it to you tomorrow. I will give it to you next week. I will give it to you end of the month. If he has the money and still pushes you to wait, he is using it to control you. If he doesn't have the money, that's a different case, okay? But if he has the resources and he keeps pushing it, it's because, first of all, it's not his priority to make you feel safe and happy with and around him. And second of all, he uses that money, he's using your expectations of what you get from him end of the month, next week, next day. So you will kind of stick with him and stay with him and feel like you have to prove, you have to be nice, you have to accept any malbehavior from him because you need this money and he promised to give this money. The same with gifts. If you tell him you really like this bag or flowers or makeup, whatever, and then he says he is going to buy it for you end of next month, end of next week, end of whatever, then he is most probably using that to control you, for you to feel like now I have to be nice, I have to do whatever he says because I want this back. Never fall for this trap, okay? If he really wants to buy you things, if he really wants to see you happy, he will do it right now. He will do it in the moment you're expressing your need. Of course, if it is within his budget, if it is out of his resources, different topic, okay? Keep in mind that when a man has money and he is not toxic and he is not using money to control you, to keep you with him, he will be spoiling and showering with money and gifts just to make you happy, because that's his fulfillment and he knows he has so much more to offer than only money. He just wants to see you happy, relaxed and safe with him in your life, okay? So whatever you need, he's going to do. Now, number 2 is about your feelings. You as a woman, you have a lot of emotions, you have your period, you have literally different seasons every single month that you are going through. You are reacting very differently to certain circumstances, to certain experiences in your life than he does. Now, if you're going through your emotions, let's say you're overstimulated, you are overwhelmed by the way how the day went, by how your coworkers talk to you, by how stressed you are in your head. You are overstimulated by seeing so many people and you start crying, you start complaining, you start expressing your emotions, and he is shutting them down. He is not understanding you from that standpoint of you are a woman. He is trying to minimize your emotions and saying you're overreacting, you're over emotional, you pretty much shouldn't feel anything he wouldn't feel. He would be saying things like, I wouldn't react like this, I wouldn't do it like that. He is thinking from his perspective and he doesn't have the empathy, he doesn't have the capacities to understand you as a woman. When a man is doing that, he is literally pushing you into your masculine, okay? A woman going through her emotions and being shut down from that is a woman that is being told, hey, stop being so feminine, be more masculine. And many men don't even know that, they don't even realize that, but this is a very toxic trait. It's literally impossible for you two to have a healthy dynamic together until he learns to understand women from a different perspective. And let me tell you something, no, baby girl, it's not your task to teach him how to understand women. It's not your task to teach him how your body works, how you work, how you would like him to show up for you. If he is not doing that, it's because he has no interest in doing that. If he doesn't understand you and he's healthy, he will go out of his own way trying to understand you, trying to understand how to deal with women differently. He's trying to understand how women are operating differently than men. That's what a healthy man that is truly interested in you would be doing. If he's not doing that and simply shutting you down, minimizing your emotions, minimizing your experiences, he is toxic. And this leads me into our next point, which are expectations. Men have always all these expectations. They want to know where you are, they want you to be overly available, they want you to be super transparent, they want you to be exclusive, they want you to be X, Y, and Z. The question is he fulfilling these expectations himself? Because if he is not, he's toxic. If he is not picking up for hours, maybe even days, not responding to you, but when you're doing that, he's starting to blame you, he's starting to be rude and mean, starting to say things like, how can you not use your 2 fingers and just send me a quick message that you're busy? If he's expecting more from you than he's giving, this is unbalanced, inconsiderate, and it's hypocritical behavior, okay? It is toxic. He is pretty much expecting from you to lead the relationship, to overgive and prove that you are worthy of him. He is putting himself on the pedestal, and you will be ending up so drained if you stay with a man like that. You must know that you can never give more than you receive from a man, okay? He is the one leading the relationship. He is the one, especially in the beginning, courting you and needing to prove that he is worthy of your time, attention and effort, not the other way around. So you are always matching exactly what he is giving. If he is giving you bare minimum, you're giving less than bare minimum. If he is being inconsistent, you are being even more inconsistent, okay? When he is giving you here, you're always giving a step back. You're always giving a little less in return, and if he is blaming you for that, he is toxic. Tell him if that's what he wants, he should be with a man instead. The next very toxic behavior and super obvious is being secretive. If a man is kinda not really sharing what's going on in his life, especially in the beginning, it's most likely that he has already a wife, he is in a marriage, he has something to hide. Maybe he has a girlfriend, maybe he is, I don't know, a criminal. He has something to hide, okay? A man that is healthy, that wants to court you, that truly wants to be with you, he has nothing to hide, and he is going to overshare because, again, if he is healthy, his expectations in you match the expectations in himself and the effort he is giving and showing. He is leading the relationship, and if he is being open, honest, sharing everything about his life, then he's leading the relationship into that direction. He wants you to be honest and open about your life too. And this shows in vague behavior. When you ask him what he's up to, he is giving you inconsistent stories and vague answers. And when you are asking more, when you try to find the answers, he's getting mad. This is very, very toxic. Even if he has nothing to hide, which is very, very unlikely, you are going to go insane because you will be thinking what he has to hide. He is not a person that you want to be with long term because you will always be wondering what he is up to. How is he spending his days? How is he spending his life? How is he making money? Who are his friends? Where is he spending his time? You don't know anything about this man. And you should definitely not spend your time on a man that you don't know anything about. Not saying that you should be controlling. No, never be controlling. You're simply observing. Is he sharing? Is he not? Is he honest? Is he not? Trust your intuition. If you feel like there is something off, if you feel like the stories do not align, something is off. Okay? It's simple as that. Now, the next point I want to talk about, which are actually 2 points that I want to combine because they are so important and so many men are toxic in that aspect. A man that is unreliable and a man that cannot take accountability. If he cannot take accountability for his behavior, every time he's doing something wrong, he will be stumbling around. He will be finding excuses that justify his behavior. And this can start very small, standing you up on a date, he's not coming, or he's coming super late, and then he will justify his behavior, maybe even push it on you. He will be saying things like, oh, I thought we're meeting at another place, I thought we were meeting at that sushi place on the other side of the city, you didn't tell me that we are meeting at this sushi place. No, okay? It's not your task to tell him to which place to come. If he is not adult and man enough to choose the restaurant himself, and then not even asking you and reconfirming which place you're actually meeting, he cannot take accountability for his wrongdoing. Very toxic. If he cannot take accountability, then none of his wrongdoings are excused. And the other thing is when he is unreliable. I give you an example, okay? You are sending each other reels on Instagram, you're sending each other nice spots, nice places where you want to go together, and then he's saying to one, let's meet there on Friday, 7 p.m. Now, Friday comes up, it's 6 p.m, you didn't hear anything from him, or you might even are texting, but you hear nothing about the plan. You hear nothing about how you're gonna get there, where you're gonna meet exactly. Is he sending you a car? Is he picking you up? Then 7 p.m, you still don't hear anything. You're wondering, maybe something happened. You are stepping up and you're asking, hey, what's going on? Are we still going to this place? Are we still going to meet? Are we still on with that plan? Whatever the outcome is, the problem here is that he is not reliable, so you cannot chill, you cannot relax, you cannot trust his lead, okay? What happens then is that you automatically step into your masculinity. You automatically step into leading the relationship, the date, the connection, because you internally feel like you can't trust him. You can't trust his lead. Even if he is showing up, there is no consistency and he's not leading it. He's not reliable. He keeps leaving you unsure with plans that he makes. So he's literally keeping you anxious every time, and you keep producing testosterone. You are not able to relax, focus on looking good, being the feminine, juicy and most soft version of yourself, because he doesn't build that safe ground for you. This is setting a standard for the whole relationship. He will be ending up resenting you for that. He will be telling you things like, you're not feminine enough, I don't want to be with another man, when he was the one coming short from the very beginning. And even though you might think this is something small, maybe it just happens once or it happens twice, it's not small. And the problem is that you're setting the dynamic, especially in the beginning of the relationship. If you step up, and you will step up if he's making a plan and then not showing up, it's a natural response. Then you're showing him, hey, it's fine, sit back, I got it. Which is exactly what a man should be doing with you. Imagine you are 2 years in the relationship, you are maybe even married, you're living together, and he is usually always covering the rent, but one day suddenly you get an eviction notice because he didn't cover the rent. He is unreliable. He told you that he was covering the rent, or he simply didn't talk about it, and suddenly the eviction notice. Who will have to step up and take care of it? You. Imagine you're having a little daughter and he was supposed to pick her up from school. He was supposed to surprise her with a gift. He's not telling you anything. He's not showing up. He completely forgot about it, or he's bad in time management. Whatever the reason is, your daughter might be standing outside of school for hours until the head of school is calling you asking if you forgot about your daughter. I know these are worst case scenarios, but this is what's going to happen with a man that is unreliable. Next sign is if he is respecting your boundaries. Men are always going to test your boundaries, okay? If you're telling him, hey, I'm not going to go with you home on the first date, he will test it. I think it's very normal. He's going to test it. What you need to watch out for is how he is reacting once you keep that boundary intact. You're saying, I'm not coming home with you on the first date. You're having a wonderful night in the restaurant, and at the end of the night he will ask you, do you want to come over for some wine? And you say, no, I told you I'm not going home with you on the first date. If he is respecting it, then it's okay. He was trying to test it, he's respecting it, everything fine. But if he's starting to be mean, if he's starting to push that boundary even further, if he's starting to maybe even make you feel crazy for having that boundary, telling you it's not a big deal, nothing is going to happen, just come with me, just come halfway with me, just do this, it's not such a big deal, it's nothing bad, just let's just drink a wine. Or he's trying to lure you in with some promises. I'm going to have a little present for you that is at home waiting. I have something that I need to show you at home. If he's doing that, this is toxic, okay? If he's not respecting your boundaries, and so many men are not, this is very, very toxic. And many women then do things they actually do not want to do, especially when it is about being intimate. Even if you are already a bit more intimate, maybe you kissed, but you still do not want to sleep with him, you do not have to. And if he is pushing it, if he's saying, it's not such a big deal, we know each other so long already, he's trying to push that boundary, okay? You don't have to say yes, and certainly you will not lose him because you're saying no. And if you do, then he was simply taking advantage of you not having boundaries. He's not your man anyways. Once you notice that a man is trying to negotiate your boundaries, run, okay? Hurry up and run. Don't let any man ever again lure you into giving up your boundaries. A man that truly wants you, a man that is healthy and respects you, he also respects your boundaries. He might is trying to test it once, how serious you are, but then he is respecting them. And the next and last point and sign that he is toxic is when he's treating others badly. I suppose that we all know about this, or many of us have heard about it minimum, but I want you to take close attention to how he's treating others. It's not sexy when he's screaming as the waiter for messing up his order, for bringing too little change, for bringing the food cold. Yes, he should step up and be a man and showing that he's not okay with getting played on and getting something that he didn't want to have, but he should do that in a respectful way. If you're thinking it's hot or sexy when he's screaming at the waiter, you need to rethink that, because best believe me, this anger is going to turn against you once you did something to make him upset. The way how he treats others is the way how he's going to treat you when you are not on your best terms. So forget about thinking that this is hot or sexy. Sexy is when he is calm and still standing up for himself. Sexy is when he says, "Sir, I ordered a medium rare steak. This is well done. Could you please change it?" The secureness in himself and what he wants, but no need to shout. What you really need to observe is how he reacts when he's angry, when he's slightly upset, how he deals with waiters, with people beneath him. Is he disrespectful? And how is he treating people that he is respecting? If he is like an ass licker and overly nice to people who have more money, this is also a very bad sign. You don't want a man to lose himself just because there are people with more money or status than him. And not to forget, how is he talking about his friends, his family, his co-workers? How is he talking about them? Is he gossiping? Yes, even men are gossiping. Is he talking really badly about them? It's very likely that he's going to talk about you that same way one day. I think we have already 7 signs. Now something else came into my mind which I quickly want to mention. If a man is talking badly about your friends and your family, it's not because he simply doesn't like them, it's because he's trying to isolate you, to make him more important in your life. When you have nobody else around you, you cut off contact with your family, with your friends, then of course you are relying emotionally more on him, and only a toxic man would want that. Only a toxic man wants you to be relying on him financially, emotionally, or in any way possible, okay? Now, I hope it's very clear which kind of man you have to stay away from. I hope it's very clear that these are signs you don't overthink. If he has one of these signs or even more, please respect yourself enough to notice that this is not what you deserve. You deserve better. You deserve someone who respects you, who loves you, and who truly wants you. Now, if you want to have a clear overview of what a real provider man is and looks like and how you can attract him, download my ebook, The Queen Treatment. Link is in my bio or below. Thank you so much for watching. I love you so much, and I see you in my next video. Bye bye.